just based on what I know. So the first play here, they start out in started in 12 personnel. So you obviously want to see. I think their goal is to see how Miami's going to match it. So Miami started in a lot of split field coverage before the snap. Post snap obviously is a different story. They're about 70% cover 3. So here they start out in 12 personnel. They've got a wing here. So that's your tight end 1. And then your tight end 2 is almost like a fullback in a queen look. So you got your X and your Z. So you got your twins look here to the field. Okay, Miami again, split safety coverage. You got 2 high, middle field open. Okay, corners walked up. I would assume that we're going to slant here into the field defensively. You got 2 backers, okay, with your nickel. Ohio State starts out with counter, what some call super counter. So he's going to be your kick out. Okay, you're going to have a pull to kick, another pull to kick, and then you have a pull to lead. Okay, a lot of teams that run super counter, okay, you'll kick here, pull to lead, first man, pull to lead, second man. But Ohio State runs it differently here. Don't know if it's a mistake because you see that the guard is pulling the kick. So I would assume that this is a mistake on this part. And we'll see it from the back end. Didn't realize these guys get that close. And we'll go over alignment. Miami, I mean, if you watch the preview that I put up, a lot of the same looks, same alignments, same pressures that they brought. They're a big 5-man pressure team. So super counter. Okay, your pull to kick. Okay, I would assume we're going to double this. Okay, and that's what your pull to kick would be. Okay, but we're slanting on the snap. So that's why we engage here, and that's why I think guard gets confused. Because we're slanting as normal on the pull to kick, so you should just need to climb up. Everybody play side's pretty good. That's a good job of holding on to that slant. Same thing backside. We need to get to inside shoulder and drive. We shouldn't be waiting. Don't wait on contact. Initiate contact. So that's pretty soft. You're too high. Hands are outside. That's just a really bad job. We're pulling the lead with that second tight end, and we're good there. Okay, we just don't do a good enough job here, and then you'd be one-on-one with your safety. Alignment up front, defensively. Okay, they're usually pretty wide 5s. So you got 2 5s. Okay, you got a really tight shade, and then you got a pretty tight 3. So same thing they showed last week on film. So that's play 1. Play 2, we're still in 12. See how they align. Okay, here we're in 3-by-1, so you'll see you got tight end 1, tight end 2, and then Z. Okay, X out here. Okay, pre-snap, they're gonna rock and roll it. So I would assume you're here. Okay, they're rolling away from the strength. Okay, you got your nickel or your Sam. I can't tell if they've subbed out, but over your second tight end. Okay, playing a little bit deeper from the corner position. We got split zone RPO, hitch RPO. Looks like 17 off the hitch. Looks a little slow. Assuming he's probably not going to get the ball. But look, we're kind of slow out of the hitch. Okay, corner plays it well. He's playing it fairly tight. And I said last week in the preview that throwing a lot of these quick RPOs at the first level and numbers RPOs, Miami does a really good job of getting to the ball quickly. Okay, you could take advantage of that and double move those. Ohio State didn't. But you'll see here, they're really aggressive of getting some of those RPOs. And you'll see in the pick 6, it's kind of the same thing. I thought they should have deleted a lot of those RPOs. I thought it should be more third level with the safeties rocking so much. But so you'll see how they're going to line to a double tight end into the box. Okay, they almost get into a 5-man, which they do get into pretty much a 5-man front. Okay, but pre-snap, you're going to have a 5. Okay, you've got your 3, really tight shade. Okay, you've got a 5, and then it looks like you got a wide 9 here. Okay, back her up on that first tight end. It's almost got a 5-2 look. Up front, we actually handle it fairly well. It's a really good knockback here. Julian's probably reading, so second, you're reading usually safety or nickel to the play side. You've got the space to throw it, and you've got him bailing. So I get the decision. I just think we're coming off the break a little slow there from 17. All right, 3-by-1. Looks like they've got 2 and 3 a little tighter here. What's the down and distance? 3rd and 7. hard to understand why we're running tighter formations when they're a fire zone team. That's a shorter pass for the nickel to go. So you're kind of giving the defense a little bit of an advantage there. Okay, looks like, oh shoot. Julian changes the protection play pre-snap. You do have an overload to the field, so I would assume we're going to slide to that side. You've got an overload. Yep, we do. Let's look at the concept. Okay, we got a double move. Looks like we're all double moves on 3rd and 7. So you got double move here, double move here, double move, and I'm sure here. Okay, you're taking the best matchup. It is a longer developing throw, so you've got to be able to protect this. I mean, just looking pre-snap, you've got safety rotation happening. He's a little bit lower on the deck, and you can tell he's going to backpedal up under the deck. So I would take the 101 here, throw it out here into the numbers. Okay, because you can see the middle double move, okay, was passed off, and you're going to have a middle of the field safety. That throw to Carnell is really long. So I would probably go to JJ. Looks like our eyes were getting to an S here to throw it. Let's look at the back end view. This alignment, pre-snap, we'll talk through it. So you got a 5, athletic 5. You got a 3. You got a 2-eye. You got a 5. And you got a 9. And you got something looks like he's manned up on the tight end. Almost like a point man and bunch. So you can tell pre-snap just from the overload here. Okay, potentially having a 4th add-on. Okay, looks like we're going to go 4-man slide into the field just to be able to take advantage, or to be able to play with it. Okay, full slide. I'm sorry, 4-man slide. Okay, everyone should be play side. Okay, tackle should be out on the 5 or anybody that shows. Okay, back would be here. Honestly, can't get beaten slide. So this happens. You got to continue running with it so you can have this guy step up. Okay, Daniels can help with the inside hand if they don't have a 4th rusher there, which they do at the end, and he helps with the inside hand. Okay, guard just does an awful shitty job. Run with it. You got to continue trying to run with it instead of falling on your ass. So you can count that up to pass pro. I think there's an opportunity to get our eyes to Jeremiah. Looks like we start with an S and then we try to go to the field. Yeah, that's bad. What was the down and distance there? 3rd and 7. All right, so we've got Hank. I'm sorry, you don't have Hank. Wow, it's late. So it looks like we have, just spot. So just a spot concept, which is really good to run. So you're running here at a hitch. Okay, you're running the out. Okay, backside you have double slants on just in case you get some type of man coverage. So if you get zone coverage, you want to work to the zone side. Is the back out? Nope. So we're going off play action, try to get backers in. So anytime you're running like a spot or snag or even a stick concept, force players you read. Okay, if he's going to push out and play the numbers, in case you're going to throw that spot in behind, which he does, he's going to run with the out concept. Okay, they're bailing. Safety's down here, so you know you're getting 3. I consider that 3 weeks since formation is into the boundary, so it's 3 week. That's a good call. Good drive starter. Still in silent count. So silent count. Get in the box, get a 4-man front. Okay, to the 4x0, they do bump out their mic. Okay, you got your nickel, corner. Okay, strong safety. They bump out the mic to the Will's, the only one left in the box. Okay, you get your free. backside, and then with your corner. So a lot of teams will typically run this corner over, and you think you've got some space here, and you can have maybe 2 calls. You're going to have outside zone of the field or the boundary, depending on how they align to it. I'm saying that because this call is outside zone, but you're trying to find an advantage. So Miami's just bumping out the mic over 3, keeping the cornerback side, keeping middle field open. Not really getting much out of that look. So I would assume they do have 2 calls on because he's looking to see where the corner, like I just talked about, looking to see if the corner stays here. So I would assume it's a 2-way going outside zone. They maybe assumed that corner would follow and go to the other side, and they could run outside zone this way. Okay, and then you don't have a corner there. You really don't have a force player. You're reaching, and everyone's reaching there, and you have a numbers advantage. But corner stays, so looks like we changed the call to the field. So outside zone, aiming for the outside leg of the tight end. We're reaching everywhere else, helping our buddy to my inside and then climbing. Honestly, we block it fairly well. Okay, so we should be reaching here. You can help with the inside hand. You want to take this over, get to the outside shoulder. If not, run his ass to the sideline. Okay, we're helping our buddy out and then climbing, so I should overtake after I help with the inside. Okay, I got to be able to try to rip under this and run it. Okay, if not, you could make the play. And the backside is just cut off. We do a good job of climbing. Okay, tight ends climbing. We're doing a good job of just running with it. So if we're going to run his ass to the sideline, back should be here. So back runs himself into a bad play. Okay, Jeremiah's got that thing kicked out. Okay, their read is going to be the outside leg of the tight end. With him still running, that was the in-man line of scrimmage. You want to cut that up here. Yeah, just run right into it. When you don't run outside zone a lot, it's hard to read it from a back's perspective. Because they were typically duo, gap, inside zone. And to really just try to run outside zone, they just walked it down here at your safety. I'm sorry, that's your Sam. And this is your walk down free. Okay, to me, that's 3 weak because your tight end's here, so you're going away from the strength of the run. So again, just think 4-4, really. All right, so we have post with a crosser. So you got a 3-level route. So before the snap, you've got a post here. Okay, you've got the crosser. It almost feels like flood, and then you've got your out, which is your check down. Okay, you're reading it top down, so this is 1, and then 2 to 3. Good versus cover 3 because you're high low in this guy here. Okay, is he going to play top down? Is he going to drive down on the crosser, or is he going to play middle of the field, your base cover 3? So in this concept, he stays down here on the cross. Okay, and I said a lot in my preview, their corners love to play outside leverage because they think they're funneling this route, okay, into a safety. Okay, with the safety coming down on the crosser, that opens up space for Jeremiah to get open. And that ball should be a whole shot. Boom. Great ball, great decision. That's a good call versus cover 3. Good shot versus cover 3. Okay, they have both tight ends and the back in with protection there before they get out into a route. So just think that's 5, 6, 7, 8 to help out. It's a great ball. They've done what they've shown on film. So here we're back to, what is it? Yep, 11. We got an S in the slot here. So you got a 2x2. Okay, Miami defensively, 4-man front. You still got middle field open. Okay, their backers is a little bit out of the box now with 11 personnel, more of an open set. So you've got some box numbers you could potentially work with, but we get to the pass here to start. So it looks like it's some version of Y cross. Okay, you've got vertical outside release from your Z. Okay, you've got flat control route. You should have some type of crosser. Okay, if you've got too high, typically you want to split it. Okay, if not, you want to keep running it over, and then you've got typically a backside post, or you can drop it down to a curl or a dig. You can be pure progression with it, or you can read a defender with it, but Ohio State likes to be pure progression. So they're going to go 1, 2 to 3 here. You can see with his eyes, that's where he gets to. Just can't protect it. Let's see what happens in protection. Okay, you got a 4-man alignment. Okay, so it looks like we're bumping it. Okay, half slide into the field. Okay, backside guard. Should be Bob on the 3. Backside tackle, Bob on the 5. Again, that's big on big. Okay, back is responsible for any outside backer or any type of pressure here. So it's 5-man. So if you get beat, you're screwed. Okay, that's just Montgomery getting beat on half slide. I do think we're a little slow from Julian too. Ball should be probably out now. Okay, we're too late. Again, 3.5 seconds is typically your average time on 3-step. So 1, 2, 3, ball. So we're a little slow. And I don't think he's confident in his eyes. He starts in the right place. Okay, when he gets to the backside, the ball should come out. Okay, we'll go back to the wide view just to see where his eyes are and see what the route distribution looks like. Ah, shoot. So safety's down. We're bailing. So that's just base cover 3. Okay, you take a look at the. You don't like the vert. Okay, you get backside into the 2-man. Or I'm sorry, another crosser. Okay, ball should be out now into your crosser. I know he felt pressure from the backside 5, but if you feel that, step up with your eyes still up. Okay, safety's trying to play over top of Jeremiah, so boom, ball. So again, that could be on everybody there. Lack of execution from your guard, lack of execution from your quarterback. Both those two probably didn't grade out well on that concept there. All right, so what do we got? GT counter into a numbers RPO. One of the big things I talked about last week in the preview is to hopefully kill all the numbers RPOs that Ohio State likes to do because Miami defends it so damn well. So we've got motion in the 4x0. So we should be here. Okay, we should be leading outside shoulder, and if he widens, we engage. If not, okay, typically the next person up will take it. Okay, my thought process is, with him looking like he's going to take an outside release, Claire thought JJ was going to engage and get to the outside shoulder. Claire would then lead up through to help with the numbers advantage. Some coaches also teach if you see him try to knife inside, we've got to be able to try to disengage or try to engage with that. Again, most dangerous man is always the communication to players. And numbers RPO, if you want to take a look, numbers pre-snap. So they're going to play the point man because you're almost in a bunch here. So that's your point man. That's 1. Okay, corner and safety are we're almost up beyond 10 yards, so you don't count them really into the numbers RPO. This would be 2 if he bumps. So you got a 2-on-4. I get the throw. We just got to do a better job of communicating this. Yeah. You can put it on everybody that has the call, because you've seen on film that Miami defends it really well, and there's no use in running it. Okay, the execution from the receiver. Kind of sucks. Both these boys are Florida guys. chasing a dude plays for Miami down the field on a pick six. That sucks. So you got tight in the field and a pistol look. So Sam walks up to the first tight end. You've got 3 weak. So you've got free safety down into the box. He's going to play on the line of scrimmage. All right, so we've got counter. Looks like you have an RPO. Okay, if he's going to play tight like that, you can run the go ball. If he's going to play loose, you can run your hitches, your outs. So this is your gift or your access RPO. So down and distance is 1st and 10. These are some low percentage throws off of RPO. Good decision to throw it only because you're getting the safety down into the box. And that gives you space and numbers to throw this out here, so I understand the decision. But again, you've got to throw a ball that's catchable for your receivers. If not, okay, then why are we running it? Let him make a play. He's a man. Look, he can't see the ball. He can't see the ball. We're throwing the ball as he can't see it. So throw it more inside shoulder here. There's no safety to play it. Okay, then this guy can react to the ball. But we're just throwing this out of bounds, giving him no opportunity to catch the ball. So I'm sure Dave was ripping his ass for that. It's the best receiver in college football, and we can't give him a catchable ball. Everyone else should be down, so guard should be down here on the shade. Okay, tackle should climb to the mic. Okay, I would guess we arc release this thing here. Okay, and then we're rolling here, and then pull the lead. Give you false steps. Yep. So I got the pull to kick. Whiff again. Too slow. That's different speed, man. They were faster. I mean, it's fairly evident. That's a good knockback. So we're here, we're down, and then climb. Knockback, good. I think up front in the run game, we're doing a really good job. So far. Obviously, we're only in the second quarter, but man, keep building off of it. Keep building off of it. What's the down distance here now? 2nd and 10. Now you're getting an obvious passing situation, so defenses can be a little more different in their calls. And they're less predictable for you. We're trying to go Hank here. They're giving you cover 1 pre-snap, so you got to be able to adjust that. We're in a playoff football game. We can't adjust Hank to cover 1 look. Okay, you got your Sam over 2. Looks like he's going to be under pressure. Let's see how many they bring. So, again, 5-man pressure. Throwing Hank. Only way. So this is dead. Playing man. Dead. Okay, he's playing so far over the top to play this. Okay, ball should go here. But for whatever reason, Julian's working the backside here on a Cornell. Typically, you want to throw into the blitz. Because if you look over here to the play side, you've got backer over your tight end if he's going to be playing it in man. So you got a 2-on-2 here versus 2-on-2. You got 2-on-2. 2 safeties still up top. So it's really a two-way go how you want to start it. Typically, you want to throw into pressure because someone's got to play from space to make up for it. Let's look at pass pro. What I don't understand is if we're in half slide, how do we not? I don't know how we don't get to that. So Montgomery and all those guys are in half slide. So tackle, guard, center, half slide. Okay, backside guard. Okay, you're Bob on the 3. Backside tackle, Bob on the 5. Yes, you can help when someone leaves to go inside. So if the 5 is going to slant inside, I can help with this inside hand here. But my eye should still stay out here. Something's coming. Someone goes inside, something's coming. So, and you can see his eyes start in here. Okay, but they should be here. Okay, still working outside. So you should be able to catch up to that. I don't understand where his eyes are going. Jesus. It's just bad football up front right there. And then your right guard gets beat on bob protection. So, I mean, you're dead in the water anywhere. Doesn't matter where. And Julian almost got out of it. Also can't stand that. Watch this after the play. Watch these guys lollygag their ass around. Screen. What did Montgomery... Obvious screen situation. So slow screen to your back. Okay, tackle typically takes up to 5, so it gives you time to run it. Okay, your guard should be set in the sidewalk. Okay, the next person, which is your center, looks inside. Set the inside of the sidewalk. Anyone else is looking inside out. Okay, back should be up inside the sidewalk. So work this inside out, Montgomery. Center is already too slow. Get there. Jeez. Trying to see if Day's ripping somebody's ass. I hope he is. So everyone should pass set and then release. Typically like a 2-1,000. So 1,002 and release. Tackles should be staying with the 5s. Yep. Everyone clock here. Nobody does it. Luckily 12 makes a play. .42 box. We're rolling into the boundary. So 3 weak. What do we bring in? Outside zone. So outside zone to the play side. Okay, you got 2 tight ends. He's more in a 5 tech. Should be a good look for you. We reach. These 2 should be most dangerous man. Most dangerous man. We should have some numbers to work with. Okay, guard again. We should be take our 3 bucket steps and climb. Center should be getting to the outside shoulder here of the shade. Okay, guard. Okay, trying to rip and run. Tackle, rip and run into the backside 3. And then continue on. See how we run it. And you can see a lot of people have talked about the cadence. Obvious issue. Hands down for silent count. He's already off the ball. I mean, he took a step. So that's the defense taking advantage. I mean, good for your D. Let's see how everything works out. Good double here, and I'll climb it. Let him take it over. Tight ends out here. Okay, we should be climbing this. Overtake. Looks like we can't really get there, though, because 99 is kicking our ass. Good effort, but you got to come off sooner off that Montgomery. But because of the snap count and 99 doing a really good job getting off the jump, beats their ass to it. Again, good for Miami. They're fast and physical. Good jumps off the ball. So this is just play action flood, down in distance. Second 10. Cotton Bowl's doing a terrible job of getting their down distance updated. 12 personnel. Rocking to 1 high, middle field closed again. Good, again, flood is good versus that. But we're running it into the boundary, so there's not a lot of space to work with. So this is your corner here. It's almost like a cloud. He's almost playing a cloud look here. We're rocking down. You got your 2. Shoot. Almost looks like 3 cloud to flood. Looks like they're pushing everything into the boundary to play it. So this should have been their middle of the field 3-player. Should have, looks like this guy here, the safety, as your cover 3-player there into the concept. So it looks like in this situation, Ohio State knew they're going to get some type of cloud. So they're trying to run, I mean, your typical flood here. Okay, backside drag. Looks like we're trying to run over top of it because he's got to run and trail. So let's see where Julian's eyes get to. He doesn't even get to the backside shot. So thought it might have been a calculated shot. That's why I was trying to take a look, but but this right here with Dave makes me think it's a shot play. So you got to overload the boundary. Got to push and kick protection there. Walked up Mike, backside B gap. Yeah, so they kick 4-man protection in the boundary, or 4-man slide, I should say. Bobbing up the tackle here to the field. We got a chip at the tight end. What's the concept? Down the distance. All right, so flood. So weak flood. So we start out in strength here. Okay, we're crossing it here. Okay, vertical. Okay, back is out as your check down. That's your vertical read, so that's 1. Okay, this would be 2 and then 3. Miami plays it well. JJ gets knocked off his route pretty good by the reroute there. Russian force, so that's a sim pressure look. Julian can't really make a decision because of the pressure here. But I think Miami has it played really well. So we're going 4-man slide. So guard, tackle, center, all 4-man. We're all sliding to the boundary. Same with the guard. Tackle's bobbing it with the 5. Back picks up anything here on the bob protection side. Pretty sure I drew that up wrong. Yeah, I drew that up wrong. It's not 4-man slide. I thought based on his first step, but we're Bob here at the guard, Bob here at the tackle, and then we're half slide here into the boundary. Because of the overload here, you got a 3-on-3, potential 4 with him playing up on Jeremiah. So we get beat on the Bob here in the A gap with the guard. They even have a stunt on it. So he's going inside. This guy's going to trail outside. You got 3 verts. What is this down in distance? 1st and 10. Here's that same cloud look we saw earlier. He's trying to play, looks like 3. Okay, deep third. Looks like someone's got to be able to play the deep third. If not, maybe let me hold on a second. Got to figure out coverage. So we have a sim pressure look. So it ends up almost being a too high. So you've got your cover 2 player here from your sim playing a cover 2 look. Okay, you got half field player, and then you should have a pole runner. Yeah, that's just a base cover 2 look, just from a sim pressure. We got 3 verts. Okay, usually want to split middle of the field in 3 verts. Okay, it's hard to see that pre-snap because Miami's been a cover 3 team. So they're buzzing this guy down in here almost as your mic in cover 2. Corner here is in your cover 2 player, cover 2 safety, I should say. Your cover 2 half the field. From the sim pressure playing the flat, corner playing the flat. Okay, hook curl, and this is your middle. Okay, so ball should come out here into the middle, splitting too high. That's what you're thinking. Yep. 3 verts versus cover 2, and then your check down has the lead block, so you're not running 4 verts. So if the ball gets to him like now, okay, you're able to block this up well, and then you should be able to go outside of it. But when you throw 3 verts, you're thinking split's too high, throw it in the middle. He's got to be able to see it. His eyes are on it now. Starts to the field. He should get to the middle there. As he bumps up in protection, okay, he should still stick on it. Stay on it here. Stay on it. Stay on it. His eyes are still on it. You can get the running head start to throw that sucker. So that's a throwing hole shot. Now, I mean, he gets pushed out. He gets pushed off his launch point. I understand that, but that can be an on the run throw. So step up. Okay, you should be running towards the line of scrimmage ball. Looks like we're just in a base bob. So bob on the 5, or walked up 9. Okay, potentially on the 5. You've got the shade. You've got the backside 3. So tackle should pick up anything wide. Yeah, we're just base bob there. Honestly, that's not a bad job. I'll take that from everybody. We're just over committing here from the guard position, and he's able to run outside of it. Don't overrun it. It's 11 personnel here. Looks like you have dragon to this side. So you got slant with an arrow working force player. Slant backside versus any type of pressure / man. So you get a pressure here from the walk down safety. We throw into the pressure, especially versus quick game. Always good calls versus cover 3 versus 5-man pressures. Throw over the holes at in the pressure. And again, I thought Ohio State should attack the seams quite a bit in quick game with 4 verts and some of the flood concepts. And this is one of those right here. That's a great call. All right, so down in distance, we have 1st and 10. Looks like we go to snag. We have 2x2 open. So you've got the corner out here from the tight end. Okay, you've got your snag set. Looks like the back is going to be out. A lot of teams will read this a little different. So I always told my quarterbacks we're going to start with the corner. So the corner's going to be down. We're going to flatten the post flatten the flag off the post and run it to the sideline. If we feel as if the safety has gotten over top of it, then we're going to go right to the snag. And again, you're running it into the boundary, but you don't have a lot of space. Backside, you've got 2 double slants versus man. That's your main answer. Your zone answer here is into the boundary. If I'm throwing any of these, if I'm throwing here, I'm going to the snag route. Okay, corners outside leverage. You've got safety over top of the corner. I would go snag to your outlet. He decides to go to the outlet. Again, not a terrible decision. I'll live with that. We're half slide to the boundary. Center does good. So it looks like you got double verts here. Okay, running a dig. Okay, with a shallow. So you got your drive concept for zone. I would assume this is your man answer. Okay, this is your zone answer. Okay, within zone, his eye should get to the zone concept. So the buzz, not buzz player, I'm sorry. Your hook player is playing it fairly deep into the dig, so the ball should get to the shallow, so that's a great read. This will be off of 3 weeks, so you got your weak safety down almost like a buzz player. He'll be responsible for the crosser, because it looks like he is your hook player into the boundary, which is true. Okay, you beat him to the spot. And again, motioning helps here with the snap count, because you're given 2 snap counts. You're given the ready, and then you get the motion. So that shows the pressure that you're going to get from Miami. So they try to time it up. But again, it's almost like going on 2 there. You're giving yourself an idea of what you're going to get protection-wise, and they're able to sort it out pretty quickly. And that's why we have success here. That's good. 2. Miami's still middle field open. They stick with it. Looks like you're getting a cover 6. So you got 2 here in the field, 4 into the boundary. Okay, so double snag. You're gonna have some type of corner, some type of snag sit, trying to high-low your corner. So they run it from the outside in. So outside receiver's gonna inside release into your, into the corner. Okay, and your snag's gonna sit here up on the hash. Just based on the pre-snap look, you're getting a pressure look from the boundary, so you've got some space, more space to work with. But again, not a bad decision here by my eyes. Three by one bunch. Okay, motion to 2 by 2.